Hey everybody. Well, I have finally reached the 4 month mark after recovering from my surgery to repair my torn labrum, my rotator cuff, and the bone spurs. I do thank everybody that has been sticking with my posts so far. I know in the beginning I was posting pretty regularly every week, but as my progress kind of, well, I wouldn't say slowed down, but as new things slowed as far as they're being introduced, I took a step back and did one after 2 weeks, and then I've been updating every month since month three. But let me give you a good update because it was pretty steady for a while and no major changes had taken place. But I thought now would be a good time to finally show the progress that I've made. I still got a long way to go. Remember that the original diagnosis from the surgery to the end, it was going to be a minimum of 6 months, most likely to a year. So I've been told I'm way ahead of schedule, but with me, I feel I'm not going fast enough just because I'm so frustrated with certain things that I expect my body to be able to do that I simply can't do yet. But let me show you progress right here. Okay, so this is what remains of the front surgical incisions. You can barely see them on the monitor right here. Two pink marks right here. I've got two more on the side. You can barely make them out. I had tracks pretty much all along my shoulder, but now you can see the two major incisions. There's one here, and then there's another one lower, actually higher right here. And then in the back, you can see the incision marks. I don't know if those will ever go away, but I am feeling back to my old self as far as I can do normal things again, almost 100%. The one thing I can't do, I still can't lay on my right side. I've noticed my body's been doing that because I wake up on that and it is kind of painful, but nowhere near what it used to be. So I think that's progress. I remember the very first week that I came back to work, I couldn't wear a tie. I couldn't tuck my shirt in. So I was going in like polos and some khakis or whatever, but I'm doing that, and things you take for granted, you're like, oh, no big deal, but it makes a big deal to you when you can't do what you're so used to doing. Something as simple as getting out of bed. I couldn't lift the sheets off this way because I have no strength. I still have very little strength when it comes to lifting. I'm restricted to lifting 10 pounds or less, but my physical therapy has stepped up quite a bit as far as the aggressiveness. I was even told I don't have to go to physical therapy by my doctor, but for the next few months I still want to go because they can give me updates and status and measurements and things that I can't do on my own. But I'm only going once a week now, and I'm really pushing it on the other days where I'm trying to stretch. The biggest problem is I can't lift straight up. So it's pretty good. I can go pretty high if I back up a little bit, and you can see, but you can see me go straight up. That's a lot better. I'm still kind of lifting the shoulder here. If you compare how they look right here, it looks pretty normal. Before, this would hunch up and the other one would go up, and you could see a major difference. But that's gotten very, very much improved. Still having trouble reaching my other shoulder. Like I can grab here with my left, I can reach all the way around. I can't do that with my right yet. I just can reach the top of my head, which means I can comb my hair again, which is good. I do have it short, but this I can reach all around, which I wasn't able to do. I couldn't shampoo, I couldn't shave, but I'm still working on that, and my hand still tries to force things. Hard to say what the real problem is. If it's mobility because the labrum, I don't know if I explained this in one of my blogs, but my surgeon had to repair both the top and the bottom, and they were so badly repaired that during surgery, so my shoulder actually kept falling out of place. So he secured it extra tight and warned me that it was going to take a lot more work to get that loosened up. So part of the reason I can't move is the restriction there. But the other part is my rotator cuff actually snapped and went underneath my shoulder blade. So they had to pull it out, stretch it around, almost like you're cutting a piece out of a rubber band. And then you reattach it to the length that it was originally. So it's really, really stretched, very taut. So it's going to take some time to get that going. I cannot make that throwing motion to save my life, so I'm a long way off from being able to play catch even at the most basic level. I come up here and my arm gets stuck There's just certain places, and I don't know if it's more mental or if it's just my muscle isn't ready to do that yet, but it stops. So I can kind of force it, but my arm won't go back. So when I come around, scoot over, I can't get that motion yet, where you see this one. I'm still working on that. So that seems to be my next main goal, and being able to get my arm behind my back. Can't do that, but that's all going to come with time. I mean, when you think I'm only 4 months in, so I'm doing pretty good. I would love to see that the next 2 months advance. But you know, if any of you are going to go under the knife and you don't know how long it's going to take, mine was a very, very severe case. Yes, I was in pretty good shape before. I'm not in that great a shape now. I've lost tons of muscle tone, so I'll do some humbling. There's like no bicep here anymore. It's gone because I have not been able to lift, and this part is very, very weak. So I look at my arm and I'm like, oh, where did it all go? That's just going to be something that I have to work on, and I have to accept that. You know, it's been humbling to look at myself and go, this isn't the person that I enjoy seeing in the mirror, but at least I'm working out now. I'm not doing, you know, full workouts. I'm doing Focus T25, and I've done Insanity a little bit, but on moves that require my arms, like some of the push-ups and the push-up jacks and the plank work, I really have to modify. Some of it I can get through, but it gets very fatigued very fast, so I do some things for my knees. Hey, you do the best you can. No one said this was going to be easy. In fact, they told me it was going to be very, very difficult. And it just puts things in perspective for me. And I got to look at it positively. I'm not going to get negative on myself. I know I've got a long way to go, but I know I'm going to get there. I'm just going to keep pushing it and hopefully motivate more people, because they can see that, you know what, I'm struggling. I'm struggling a lot, but I'm pushing through it. I'm staying positive, and I'm trying to encourage others to do the same. I'm still doing my challenge groups. I would love for some people to jump in who think, you know what, I just can't do this. Well, look at me. I can't do everything, but I'm doing everything I can. That's all I can ask of you. So I wish you all the best. I thank you again for tuning in, and for more updates, keep checking my posts. Thank you very much.